All right, everybody, we're back here, and I don't know if this, I can't remember where I left off the last time. Was it part 6? Okay, so part 6 says we used, let me just flip that back over. Part 6 says we used Barnyard and 2.14 and false positives. So let me change the title of this to part 7, more with false positives. So then I'll put part 7, turning down the noise. Okay, so let's talk about turning down the noise. So we know that right now we have Snort going, Barnyard going, Pulled Pork going, and we have base installed. And as we can see here, we're generating, this is just a tiny fraction of the false positives that I was receiving. You can see that right here, there's 1,800 total, 1,877 total message alerts. If we click on that, we can see that you know, some of these are triggering some HTTP syntax errors from this machine to that machine. Now I know that this is safe because this is an internal web app and this is my computer here. But we can also search by categories, and we can see that 44% of this traffic, of all the alerts, sorry, is this thing. So if I know that, so this is interesting because this is coming from Google's DNS server, protocol DNS TMG firewall client long host entry exploit attempt. Okay, this is hitting a Linux box. So 116 is a Linux box. So I don't know what the hell that is, but let's open up the, these links never work, right? So page not found here on Snort. Fantastic. TechNet Microsoft, there's a Microsoft URL about this. Okay, so that's interesting. Vulnerability threat management gateway firewall client code around remote execution code. Customers, okay, what is this? Customers can configure automatic updating, check online. So what is this? Critical, it's critical threat, according to Microsoft. I don't know what the about, okay, again, Microsoft's probably the worst place to go to get information about this. What's this? Nope, nothing there on that tag. What about this one? Common vulnerability exposures. And the client in Microsoft Forefront Threat Management Gateway. This allows remote attackers to execute arbitrary code via vectors, aka TMG firewall client memory corruption vulnerability. Okay. It's funny because that's a Linux box. So this is probably a false positive, I think. I mean, it could be legit to this host, like maybe on this Linux host there's something unpatched in DNS. I'm not really sure. Anyway, so let's go to another one here. Let's go to what's unknown. Well, here we go. Unescaped space and HTTP URI. Again, this is an internal web app. And I know that, yeah, okay, so the formatting of the HTTP request might not be, there might be a non-standard something in the HTTP request, but what can I do about that? I need the app running. So what we'll do is we'll go into Snorty. One second. Beep, bop, beep, window, beep, Beep. Okay, so we're gonna go into our Snort box, and if we go into etc snort rules, we will see that there is a local rules file here that we created during the installation, and we added, and I've added a bunch of signatures. Like, I'll tell you something right now. If I don't have these in here, I'm just generating noise after noise after noise after noise. But also another thing is I am running iSCSI on the network, which tends to trigger a lot of false positives. So I have these signatures, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a new one, and for this unescaped space and HTTP URI, and I'm going to just filter it by destination, because I don't want to suppress the, I may have done like suppression in the last video, I don't know. Let's just think of this as a recap. So I may have done suppression on a video before, but what I want to do is I want to just copy that line. I want to grab the alert number 119-33. So this would be 19. Oops. Actually, no, this is going to be more like 119. Yeah, sorry, 119. And 33. And we're going to track it by destination IP. So DST IP. Oops. Oopsie. Track. Oh, by DST, sorry. Man. Bad day today, frig. Okay, so, and then the destination will be the host. So we're gonna just say 172.16.20.139. So suppress the ID, the ID and the signature ID, track by DST. I guess I can just line that up so it looks pretty. Okay, that looks okay. Let's write and quit. Now the SIG-up doesn't seem to work in Snort. I've tried it. So I try to basically reload the configuration file while Snort's running. It doesn't seem to work. So I'm just stopping Snort and starting it. And just making sure that running a PS to make sure that it is running. And it looks like it has started. And it is still running. Good. So that should clear up these alerts. So if I go back to home and I go back to categories, was it unknown? Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna delete all the unknowns. I'm gonna delete all the unknowns. Delete alerts and just wipe them right out of the database. So yeah, so all those should be gone, and we shouldn't see any more of those alerts when it's destined to that IP that we put in the rule set. Is that clear as mud or what? Does anybody have any questions? No one's ever watching. How satisfied am I with YouTube streaming on YouTube? I don't know. I guess it's pretty decent. I don't know. Seems to work. Yeah. So that's it here. Next, we're going to talk about Graylog. Stay tuned. That one's going to be interesting. I know why it always says one watching. Is that just because I have it? Probably. All right. See ya.